All right, everybody, welcome back to another Xvault gaming video. I just want to say quick thanks for everybody that stuck with me through my entire playthrough, for the most part, of the Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. I think once I plat that, I might do an official review of the game itself, so maybe stay tuned for that. Haven't 100% decided, but let me know if you would like to see that in the comments below. However, let's move on to our first topic at hand here, our only topic, and that's going to be my impressions of the Xbox press conference, essentially, of E3 2021. And if that left any impression on me, if it wowed me, if it underwhelmed, if it did what it was supposed to do. So stay tuned. Let's go over all the announcements for games and what I thought about that as well. And I'm going to give you my honest opinion and feedback in regards to what I thought. So hang tight and let's go ahead and jump to it. All right, so like I said, what I want to get into is the Xbox presentation of E3 for 2021 and kind of go over that. Personally, the entirety of E3, even up through the entirety of today, which showed all the way through Capcom, there really hasn't been too much going on that really did wow me. So I will say right off the bat, I should say, is, Microsoft did the best so far. We have Nintendo coming tomorrow, and Sony is not showing themselves at E3 anymore. They're doing their own stuff. Rumors today suggesting that they will have some content and a stream happening shortly after E3, probably a week or two would be my guess. However, it's been kind of lackluster. I thought it would be kind of lackluster as E3 as a whole, just because of, the whole pandemic and pushing everything out. So I would have been shocked if anything truly remarkable would have been shown or far in development or something like that. But I just kind of wanted to get that out of the way. So starting off with the conference, we did start off with Starfield, and this did show a brief cinematic trailer. I know a lot of folks out there are really looking forward to this, and the next big new IP from Bethesda, of course. This has been confirmed, of course, that it will be Xbox console exclusive and PC. So I was hoping to see some more. It was just a quick cinematic, not really much going on there. So we'll kind of see. It didn't hype me up by any means. I'm more of a medieval or old school stuff, so that's where Elder Scrolls is kind of my jam. And I'm okay with the post-apocalyptic with Fallout, but with this and the sci-fi, I know there's a lot of sci-fi nuts out there, and this will, I'm sure, do justice for them. But we'll see what happens. I don't know how far this is. I know they say it's supposed to be coming in November 11th of 2022, so we're just over a year out, and we'll see how that comes to fruition. We know Bethesda and their bugs, but we'll see what happens there. Next up, they did go over Stalker 2. This is a console launch exclusive for the Xbox, and this will also be coming, of course, to PC as well. This is coming out as a Game Pass Day 1. So the theme of things is going to be Game Pass Day 1 for a lot of these games, or it'll be coming to Game Pass period, such as Starfield as well. But Stalker 2, I don't know much about this game or this franchise. I don't know anything about the first one. So watching the entirety of the cinematic and a little bit of gameplay from Stalker 2 here that they've shown, it looks okay. Some people are really hyped for this, but I don't see the hype yet. The actual graphics in the gun department and everything like that, and the environment looks pretty good, pretty well done. The NPCs and the other characters that they were interacting with didn't look all that great. But that's not saying too much for a first-person shooter, mostly anyways. But we'll see what happens here. But it is a big get. It's a launch exclusive and Game Pass Day 1. So that's the theme, right, as we go on here. The next one, which is a huge one, is Back for Blood. Really have my eye on this. This is, of course, from the creators of basically a spiritual successor as well to the Left 4 Dead franchise and series. This is coming to Game Pass upon release, so Day 1. This is a big get because I know a lot of people are looking forward to this as well as myself, so I had to be in awe and shock of like, wow, they brought this over to their system, all right. And rightfully so, maybe, because they had Left 4 Dead and they had some fallout there in regards to what happened with that franchise and the developers there. So look that up if you are unfamiliar with it. I won't go into detail here, but without that being said, this is a huge get. I mean, I'm still willing to pay $60 to $70 depending on what's going on here, especially if things start really looking up. This looks like a really solid, fun co-op and PvP game. So very excited to check that out. But yeah, just a big get. I have to applaud them for that. So that's huge. Next is a game called Contraband. This is Avalanche, an Avalanche game. They did announce its newest game there. It's the latest title from the Just Cause team. So the trailer describes it as a co-op open world game set in a fictional version of the 1970s. So it looked interesting enough. This one didn't, I don't believe, said Game Pass or Day One or console launch exclusive, but there it is there. So if I did miss that, definitely correct me in the comments below. But this looked all right, looked okay. Next on the list, we do have Sea of Thieves, A Pirate's Life. I was kind of shocked by this because they did something that seems super obvious but hasn't happened yet, or wasn't sure if it would happen. And they get a free update that's coming to the swashbuckling title on June 22nd, so not far off. This add-on to the Pirate Sandbox game will feature new characters for the series like Captain Jack Sparrow and Davy Jones from the Pirates of the Caribbean films. So they had to go and partner up with Disney and get this going. So that's really cool on behalf of them. Very excited for that. That looks really good. So that's another cool get for this series. And it's good to know that they didn't just kind of let this flounder. This has been growing into its own, and a lot of fans have been sticking around and really enjoying this game. So I give them props for that. And what better collaboration than Pirates of the Caribbean, right? So really cool for those guys. Really cool. Then they went ahead and showed off Battlefield 2042, some gameplay trailer. Explosive mood setting trailer, really. And the new trailer revealed that Microsoft's event that shows off the futuristic weapons of war, real-time destructive weather like tornadoes and sandstorms, and massive maps that support up to 128 players at once. So just kind of went over some more of what was shown earlier with that reveal of the trailer, but in more detail a little bit. So more of the same, but looks pretty good, right? Another one that caught my eye was a little indie game called 12 Minutes. Publisher Annapurna Interactive's adventure game played in 12-minute loops will be released on August 19th. This is also a Game Pass Day One game, and I'd be surprised if this game is more than $19.99 or something like that. If it's $30, might be a little iffy there, but if it's $19.99, pretty cool. But I wanted to get this to support the devs anyways, but really a cool get for Game Pass. I mean, like I said, the theme is there. You got 12 minutes. It just Willem Dafoe, Daisy Ridley, James McAvoy. Just really a cool cast there altogether. And just an interesting premise there. And certainly worth a playthrough or two, right? So I think $19.99 would be fair, but man, with Game Pass, can't go wrong, right? So, and then next on the list, we do have Psychonauts 2. This is Double Fine's psychic story-driven adventure game, and it will be available on August 25th on Windows, PC, Xbox One, Series X, and the title will also be available on Game Pass as well. So for those Psychonaut fans, there you go. I wasn't huge into Psychonauts myself, one of the few that probably wasn't, but that's really cool for those that are there. They then released Fallout 76 updates. It got really cool updates, honestly. They got 2 new trailers. Steel Rain, which will be a free story update that concludes the tale that follows the Brotherhood of Steel. And then, of course, they get some expeditions, namely The Pit. And it's another free update that takes players out of Appalachia. The Pit will take Fallout players to Pittsburgh in a series of story-driven, repeatable missions. So, again, Fallout 76 is still coming into its own more and more. Lots to do. I haven't checked it out for some time, so I don't know how much it's being modded or kind of broken with the dupes and stuff like that, or how diligent Bethesda's been about banning people that are breaking the game. So I don't know, but a lot of cool stuff there. Always fun to go ahead and jump back into. So there's that, and obviously 76 being on Game Pass, and it has been on Game Pass, so no reason not to at least give it a try in that regards. They didn't go ahead and come out next in regards to announcing Hades is coming to Xbox Game Pass, though it's coming to console as well as PlayStation, but it's specifically Hades is coming to Game Pass. So, wow. It just keeps adding up. What a great get there as well, especially on Game Pass. So, I'm sure you heard a lot about Hades and on about the roguelike, but really a good get. So, next on the list, they did go over... this is probably in no particular order because I'm all over the place here. It's just the list here that I have. But Halo Infinite, they did go over Halo Infinite. So new, apologies, a new trailer did showcase its gameplay during its keynote on Sunday. The tentpole sci-fi shooter delayed last year will release during the 2021 holiday season along with a free-to-play multiplayer mode. So they did essentially go over a brief kind of Master Chief single-player thing where he's kind of through space, but didn't go into any detail or show anything off there. They went straight into the multiplayer part, which is the bread and butter of Halo, aside from the campaign. So it looks like more of Halo, right? And the fact it's going to be free to play, and the fact that this entire title is going to be on Game Pass, holy cow, right? Yes, it is a first-party game, but it's a good get, but we'll see what happens. I wanted to see more of the campaign. I was really kind of put off a little bit by not seeing more of the campaign. Everybody was, I think, waiting in bated breath to see what they might have improved on the campaign. I think with multiplayer, you're not seeing much. You're just seeing some of the guns, jumping around, hitting the other guys, getting the classic voiceover of, all the kill streaks and all that. But, yeah, so there you have it there. Little underwhelmed there with wanting to see some more of the campaign. Just wanted to see what was going on there. So hoping they could put that in the right direction. But still looks good in regards to the multiplayer, right? Next, I was super excited for. I was almost kind of like, holy cow, did they secure this for Game Pass? They didn't, it looks like. So, but it is Diablo 2 Resurrected. We knew this was coming, the remake there. They call it a remaster, but I think it's kind of a remake, so to speak, in my opinion. But what's cool is this coming out September 23rd, one day before my birthday. It's coming out on everything, PC, Xbox One, Series X, all the PlayStation, stuff like that. It'll also have a multiplayer beta coming in August, so keep an eye out for that as well. So really excited about that. So that was a cool announcement. So for those of you that are Slime Rancher fans, Slime Rancher did get an announcement of its sequel, Slime Rancher 2. I know some fans out there of Slime Rancher, so this is a little bit of a pinprick for those on the PlayStation side. This is a console launch exclusive for Xbox, and it will be on Game Pass as well, I believe. So you're going to have to wait for some time. Anywhere from 3 to 12 months is the typical time frame for an exclusive game. So there's that. A little snowboarding game called Shredders looked pretty good. So for those snowboarding fans, there you go. We also got Atomic Heart, which is a first-person game. It doesn't offer a lot of background information, but we do know that it's set in the Soviet Union in the year 1955, and yet there's clearly a lot here that's not very well explained. For example, what's with all those wacky robots, and why does that old woman have a ladle? So I'm also grabbing this list from Polygon.com in case y'all are wondering. I'm not writing this down and reading myself on that. This is from their site in general to help me remember. So the next one we have a game called Replaced. It's a new sci-fi action platform with detailed and fluid pixel art graphics coming in 2022. We did get the Obsidian Entertainment's latest role-playing series, so we're getting the sequel to Outer Worlds 2, which was a cinematic, no gameplay, but kind of poked fun at itself, right? So that's looking really good. I'll be honest, I played the first one. I owned it. I didn't bring myself to fully play it all the way through because I got super bored. The gameplay itself was super smooth and nice, and I didn't have any issues. It was solid, but there was just something as a package. I found it super boring, so I apologize for those out there that loved it. If you love it, fantastic. You're going to get more of it. For me, I was like, personally, meh, because I didn't care for the first one. I know there's certainly room for improvement, so hopefully they do that for number 2 here. I'm pretty interested to see how quick they turn this one out. So then we got a confirmation of Microsoft Flight Simulator that will be coming to consoles for the Xbox Series X. So those of you really excited for that, there you go. I'm not much of a simulator fan myself, but I know there's a lot of fans out there for this game in general. And you get a pretty cool Paramount Studios to coincide with the launch of Top Gun Maverick film. You're going to get a DLC expansion that you get to do some pretty neat things with as well. Personally, next on this list, I was the most shocked about. I'm not a huge Forza fan, but just watching everything you could do and how good it looked and how fun it looked, Forza Horizon 5 looked really good in my opinion. That, to me, takes home the award on the Xbox side of things as far as something new. I wouldn't say fresh, but I'd say such a vast improvement. And just something to kind of catch my eye. And I'm not a huge racer or even open world racer, but this really got me going. Like, this just looks really good and fun. This really had my eye peaked the most out of all the announcements personally. So looked really good. So good job for those guys doing that. Pretty cool there. My interest was piqued on this other announcement here. This is the last game announcement, and this is what we'll lastly go over. Is a game called Redfall, and this is a final game that was announced. Arcane's new Xbox exclusive open world co-op shooter seems to feature multiplayer gameplay with players using special powers and unique weapons to fight off hordes of vampires. So it's a big old long cinematic. The characters looked interesting, and I think maybe with some other games I've been seeing and some leaks and some rumors, I think the next craze aside from zombies is going to be vampires here. So with that being said, it does look interesting. It really does. And ultimately, I want to keep my eye on this and see what happens there. But, you know, that was the final game there. So as a whole, again, my impressions, right, of everything there, I think everything was really solid. I think I could give them, looking back at it and digesting it all, I think I could truly give them a B or a B plus out of this. I wouldn't give them an A because there's a lot of cinematics. At first, coming right off of it, I was expecting more. So I was like at first like C plus out of all the way through D, right? And it's not hating. It's just at first I was literally just looking for stuff. Like, what are you getting me to get hyped on? You know, Game Pass is a fantastic, and I know they're just beating everybody over the head. Every game that they were announced was all bong, and it's like Game Pass exclude, you know, day one on Game Pass and this and that. And so really cool, and I get it. It's a fantastic value. You'd be insane not to have this, especially if you had a PC or an Xbox console. Why would you not get this Game Pass Ultimate and have access to all this stuff? It's just a tremendous value. But I thought that's all I was kind of seeing at face value. But as I was looking in it, like I said, Forza really started kind of growing on me for what they were doing with the newest iteration. So I applaud them for that. You know, securing Back for Blood was a really big get, and just being part of that. Personally, I think that's a game that I would just like to own, period, in case that, because third-party games will have the tendency to roll off of whether it's Game Pass or PlayStation Now. Third-party games do roll off. So if it's something you really enjoy, I mean, it's something to try out. If you're already subscribed, I guess you try it out. If you love it and it's on there long enough, maybe the game even comes on sale, right? So that's still a win in a way. I feel like that's something I'm just going to purchase either way, right out the gate. But yeah, if I had Game Pass, I would certainly be trying that first, maybe wait for a sale even and save myself some money and being real frugal there in a way, right? So yeah, they just had a lot of things going on there. But the big thing was Game Pass. I liked the Pirates of the Caribbean DLC for Sea of Thieves. That was really interesting and unique. The multiplayer looked really solid from Halo Infinite, like I said. But you know, that's why I'd probably give them a B. I'd probably give them a B, not even a B plus, just because there were so many cinematics. We didn't see Avowed. We didn't see anything from Hellblade. We didn't see anything from Fable. We didn't see the campaign from Halo. We didn't see a lot of things. I thought for sure, I didn't do a predictions video, but I thought for sure, I don't know what the contract is with Sony right now for Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I thought for sure they were going to come out and say, guess what? Show a trailer, a definitive edition there for the Series X and optimized, and even throw it on Game Pass for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Maybe even that, and maybe time to wait to get the episode Yuffie's deal out, right? So that still didn't happen. So I thought for sure that happened because it's been well over a year now. So, and I thought that's all that it had from what the leaks and suggestions were, is that it was only a timed 1-year exclusive. So I was kind of shocked at that. But I was just waiting for just a little bit more. It was very solid. It's certainly an improvement to me, what they've had the past couple years. So good on them. And like I said, Game Pass is a tremendous value, but I don't think you need an E3 presentation to tell us that. And like I said, they had some good gets, but I'm basing this off of the fact of what we were shown and what we are going to be expecting. And yes, there's going to be great games coming every month from them, is what Phil said, and that's going to be great too. But we're looking for that heavy hitter, that hook getter, to make you, if you don't have that console, what makes you grab that console aside from Halo? If you love Halo, you already have the system. If you love Forza, you already have the system. If you love Gears a ton, you're a big fan, you're going to already own the system. We need something, and Redfall was getting close, but we've only had a cinematic trailer. I know as time goes on and we get more from Bethesda when it comes to Elder Scrolls, and we get some more gameplay from Starfield and stuff, I think we'll get some more hooks over that way as well, perhaps. But we needed something. That's where it fell short for me, and that's just my honest opinion. Not that they failed in one way or the other. They did a really great job. I commend them for that, because like I said, this is probably the best showing to me personally in years. Because they're actually throwing out the games and they're actually making moves and they're throwing things down on Game Pass day one. So good on them. But that is my thoughts and opinions. I'm not going to make this an hour-long video, but just wanted to let you know my thoughts there. So did a solid job, right? So appreciate that. So if you did check out this presentation previous to this, or if you're just finding out what I'm letting you know now, let me know your thoughts and opinions below. Did anything blow you away? Or are you excited for the others? You know, aside from Forza and Halo, are you really excited for anything in particular that has you going, ooh, wow, that wasn't a cinematic trailer? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on that as well. Always looking forward to that, to interact with everybody that I can, of course. So thanks again. We did also, just an FYI, thanks for everybody that did join this weekend as well. We went from 83 subs up to, or 82 subs up to 85 now. So that's fantastic, helping out the channel. I think we can smash that 100 subscription bar well before the end of November, even though I have the goal set to the end of November. Let's see if we can certainly smash that. So if you are checking this out, do me a favor, help out this small channel. Hit that like button, comment, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing if you do like the content that you see now and anything before. So as always, thank you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Hopefully the week goes by quick, and we'll see everybody next time on the next Xvault Gaming video. And until then, take care.